Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be discussing what it was like to be casted in a YouTube video. Now, when I say casted in a YouTube video, I was personally on a YouTube video for channel 4.0, which really big platform in the UK. Big influencers, all that kind of shebang. So I've had quite a few questions about what it was like. I thought I would do a tell all for everyone so that we all are on the same page of what went down. I'm going to give you the rundown of everything that happened, how it all came about, just so that you guys can do it yourselves potentially as well. But if you're like me, then you're probably just nosy. So watch this video and you'll see exactly what happened. So I originally found the casting on Facebook, which great tool for these castings. They are all over Facebook. Now I don't really use Facebook, but I'm on a few groups for acting and stuff like that. So they post on there. I saw it. I then gave them a email which they asked for. They just want to know basic information. So your name, your age, where you're from, about you, that kind of thing. So I immediately sent off that email and I waited and I waited and I waited. I then got sent back emails, so then we're corresponding back and forth on the emails. I got asked to send in a self tape, so I did that. I filmed that right here. I then sent off that self tape. The major advice that I can give you if you are looking to do something like this during that self tape, be you. Be how you are normally on camera, because that's who they are looking to cast. They don't want to cast somebody who comes across one way here, like speaking directly, and then on the video comes across a completely different way. That's not what they want. So just be you. Another piece of advice for the self-tape is they do give you instructions, okay? They tell you what they want in this video. It is crucial that you follow the instructions, okay? Down to a T. Because then it shows that you listen, okay? And you can take instructions. So you need to follow everything that they have asked of you. After I sent off my self tape, I then received a phone call from one of the casting producers. She rang me. The first time I didn't answer because I don't normally answer unknown callers, so be wary, they will probably phone you. I then answered the second time, luckily, and we had a really good phone call, really good. She was so nice, and that's the biggest tip that I can give you as well, is the casting producers, normal people. Normal people. Me and the casting producer were having a little joke here and there. We were talking about the cause he lives. We were just chatting, okay? That is the best thing as well, is just remembering that even though you might be nervous and you might really want to get on this video, your life doesn't end if you don't get on it. And your life also doesn't really change after. I'll be honest. I did it as a fun experience, and it was that. It was a fun experience, and I can say that I've done it. For you guys, it might be something different. You might want to do it as like a first call to get into acting, that kind of thing. But for me, it was just an experience thing. But at the end of the day, if you don't get it, the world doesn't end. The world does not end. After this, I then received a confirmation email. So that is when I then found out whether I was being casted or not. So I got the confirmation. They didn't tell me who was on the video, main point, okay? They don't let you know who's going to be on the video. I actually didn't find out who was on the video until the night before I was going. So really last minute, super last minute. Also with my video, they made it out like we were super fans of the person that we were doing it for, which in my case was Faith Kelly. I'll be so real, we didn't know that that was who we were going to get. I'm not a massive fan of Faith Kelly, no offense, girl, but that was like its own thing. I then planned ahead, so I then booked my train the night before. However, plans change, okay, girls? Plans change in this business. My call time, originally they sent me an email saying my call time was 7:45 in the morning. I then had to decide what I was going to do because I don't live that close to London. I do live close, but not close enough to get there for 7:45 in the morning. So I thought that I would have to drive down that night when I just received this email and stay in a hotel and then go to that video the next morning. However, luckily they sent me another email saying that they got the call time wrong and then my call time was actually 12. So that was a lot better. I could then get there. That's fine. So then I booked my train. After confirmation, that was definitely the right time. I then travelled into London, and once I was in London, I was making my way to the studios. I then got another email to say my call time had actually been pushed back. It's a lot of stress, I'll be honest, on the day. Um, Especially for someone like me who doesn't live in London, I'm not local. I had nothing to do. It got pushed back like 2 hours as well, so I didn't really know what to do. But I busied myself. I managed to find like a little cafe and just sit in there and just wait. And then I went to the studio, got greeted at the studio, really nice like staff. All of the staff was so lovely. Then we get put into a green room. The green room is you and all the other contestants. So we were all in there, talking, just chatting, just normal stuff. So once you are in the green room, they will then call you out to put microphones on and to get your photos taken. So we were not the first shoot of that day. So everything was kind of a little bit slow for us because they were still filming another episode at the same time. We had all of our photos taken, we take a group picture, we do everything. You go in, you film the video. That just changes depending on what video you're on. I can't speak for everyone. For my own personal, what happened to me, I went in, I filmed. I had a really quite a long bit, but this is the other thing. You will get cut down. All of your time will get cut down. There were specific parts of my time on the show that did have to get cut. Had to. We specifically asked for them to cut it, which isn't everybody's situation, but for me, I knew that was getting cut, so it was fine. Oh, by the way, the main reason it got cut was just because of me and one of the YouTubers were talking about how we live really close together. It was just because it was leaking our personal homes, so that was why we did that. It was nothing sketch. You do your bit, you then leave. I before I did my bit, I was really, really nervous, but I'm naturally a really anxious person anyway, so this was really out of my comfort zone. Everybody there made me feel a lot better, to be fair. Everyone was really excited in the same way. I feel like most of us were quite nervous, but it just depends on the personalities you get. There was one girl there who I loved so much because she was just so happy and energetic, and she just made me forget about the nerves quite a lot. So you really do meet some really nice people when you go and do these types of things. I then left. I then got paid the money, so I sent an invoice. They then paid me. It did take a while for the money to come in, so everything I was kind of out of pocket for a little while. But then once the money came in, we're golden. And then this was probably the most nerve-wracking part. Waiting for the video to be uploaded was really a long time. It was a couple months. I couldn't tell. Well, I didn't really tell anybody just because I didn't really want anybody to know until it was released and announced. I then saw it was released. I was debating in my head whether to share it with any of my friends, etc. But I did share it. Everybody's been pretty supportive. And yeah, my life has not changed. But it was a great day, and honestly, I'm really grateful for the opportunity. It was really fun, and while we were there, met some really good people, some amazing other content creators as well. So it was great. That then concludes our YouTube video for today. So if you did enjoy, please do give me a thumbs up, please do subscribe, please do give me a like. If you're interested in any more of these style videos, let me know and I'll do this for you. But yeah, if you want to get into this, hopefully this advice helps you in some way, and until the next one, ciao ciao.